On Monday this week then, or last week, depending on when this video is coming out, I explained to you guys about the 2-up offer that PaddyPower and Bet365 offer. And today we're going to be going through some of them offers. We're going to be using them like I said we would in that video. For those who don't know what that video is, there should be a card popping up in the top right of your screen to go click on if needed, if you want to go watch that, if you want a quick refresh what the 2-up offer is. If not, we're going to get straight into it. We'll run the intro and I'll explain what we're going to be doing this week. So then, just a quick recap in case you can't be bothered going and watching that video. First of all though, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we have videos like this every week, every Thursday and sometimes on a Monday as well. And I'm always open to suggestions, so if you guys have got any recommendations of what we should try next week, then let me know down in the comments and we'll get cracking on them video ideas. But the basic gist of this channel, we try out loads of financial methods that people on YouTube say is going to make you a millionaire. We try them out. If they're shit, then you guys know not to bother. If they're good, then you guys can exactly see what I did as a beginner and go copy it and do it yourself. But the 2-up offer we're going to be using today in this video is essentially PaddyPower saying you can bet on a team to win. They go 2 goals up, you will get your bet paid out as if they've won. The reason this is good is because using an exchange like either Betfair or Smarkets, we can then bet for that team to lose, or that team not to win I should say. So we then going to have 2 bets on. We're going to have a bet for that team to win and that team not to win. And if that team goes 2-0 up, PaddyPower pay out. And then if they go on to draw or lose the game, we still have our winnings from PaddyPower and we'll also get winnings from the exchange. So we're going to get double our winnings essentially. There's also another method that I'll get into later on in this video where once that team's gone 2-0 up, you can lock in some of that profit. You can either lock in all the profit or you can lock in half the profit and either ride out the rest of the bet or just literally cash out as much as you can to guarantee yourself a profit. You might be wondering what the catch is. The catch is every time you do this, it costs a little bit of money. Roughly, literally, sometimes it's going to be pennies. It's going to be 20, 30 pence a go, maybe even less than that, maybe sometimes more, but probably not too much. So don't worry about losing any money. It's definitely going to be worth it in the long run. The reason why we're not worried about losing money is because if you do this with PaddyPower, link in the description by the way, if you do this with PaddyPower, if you place 5 bets minimum on do either £5 or £10 bets, 5 of them will qualify you for a free bet the following week, which you can then obviously use through match betting, extract 80% of that, and there you go. Your profit's back already. So you don't need to worry about losing money. Now, we obviously know from that video that I did that the eligible leagues, there is quite a few. So we're going to be getting this started today. Today there is 2 Champions League games on. Champions League games are eligible, so we're going to be using them. So you can see I've got my match betting calculator open. We've got PaddyPower open and we've got Smarkets open. We're not going to be using Betfair today. We're going to be using Smarkets. Reason behind that, it was pointed out to me before on Reddit that Smarkets is going to be a better choice for this. Because if we use Betfair and PaddyPower are actually the same company. So although they won't know that we're using this for match betting, it probably won't take them very long to find out. So it's probably best we head over to Smarkets. And Smarkets as well, by the way, has only a 2% commission rather than the 5% from Betfair. So there'll be a link for Smarkets down in the description if you wish to go for that instead. So we're going to start off and we're going to be choosing one of these teams. So we're going to be using the Barcelona and PSG game and the Liverpool-Leipzig game. We're going to pick a team we think will go 2-0 up and we're going to hope they go 2-0 up and then either draw or lose the game. I'm just going to explain today a bit more about what we're doing and how we're going to do it. And then the next few days, because we are going to do this over the course of a few days, next few days we'll just skip ahead quickly and not bother with all the explanations. But with the Barcelona PSG game, I think it makes more sense to go with Barcelona. Obviously not on the greatest runs this season, so I think we go for Barcelona. It's 1.83 over at PaddyPower, so we're going to put that over here, 1.83. We're going to be doing £10 stakes each game, so we're going to put £10 in there. It's a 2% commission over on Smarkets, and then we're going to go over to Smarkets, get the Barcelona PSG game on, and to bet against Barcelona, it's 1.93. Obviously, if you have Profit Accumulator or any site that does some sort of odds matcher, then you'll be able to get this done better and get closer odds for different games. But we're just literally going to be choosing random games and whichever team we want to. So we're going to be going with Barcelona here. You can see at most we're going to lose 62 pence today. If Barcelona go 2-0 up and then bottle it, we'll get £8.30 from PaddyPower and then £9.38 from Betfair, not Betfair, I'm going to keep saying Betfair, forgive me, but from Smarkets. Obviously that there is the profit, so we'll get that on top of that £10 stake, so don't worry. Now what I've got is I've got this little spreadsheet up. You can see we've got 6 blocks here. Have we got 6? 1, 2, 3. We've got 7 slots for games. I'm just going to do it 7 times this week. We'll make a loss probably, even with the bet we'll get as a free bet, but it's not going to be too much of a loss. But I'm not too fussed. Hopefully one of these games will win and we won't have to worry about any money that might possibly result in a loss. So we're going to keep track on this spreadsheet of the game, how much we deposit in both the PaddyPower and Smarkets, so we can see overall how much money is left our account and how much we have at the end of it. We're going to put in all the stakes, the back odds, layouts, everything, so that we don't forget anything like that. So we're going to get straight into it. We'll do with the Barcelona one first. So then I've deposited some money into both the accounts. We'll put £20 over in PaddyPower to cover the 2 bets we're going to be doing today. And then I've just stuck £200 in this Markets account just so we can get that in there and not have to worry about depositing anything over there again this week. We might have to, but who knows. So Barcelona then, £10 for Barcelona to win, 1.8 odds. So we're going to double check that over there. And then on Smarkets, it's 1.91, which we've done. So we're going to need to put a lay stake of £9.52. So let's get that put over here. And then you can see the liability is £8.66, which also is over here as the liability. So we'll get both them placed. Keep double checking your odds before you place it, just so you know. And then we'll confirm that. And because I'm an absolute idiot, I forgot to verify my documents with Smarkets, so we're going to have to wait for them to verify that. Unfortunately, I've already placed the bet with PaddyPower, so depending on what happens with the odds, we might have royally just screwed ourselves over there, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't know if I can actually cash out of this bet with, but actually we can. So I'm going to cash out there, get back to the £20, and it's as if nothing happened. So I'll come back a bit later on in the day, hopefully, once my account gets verified, and then we'll still do the same bets. We'll still do the Barca and PSG game, and the Liverpool-Leipzig game. So I'll see you guys once my account gets sorted. So we finally now had our account all verified. So we're going to go back in again. Barcelona are now 1.73 odds. So we're going to stick £10 on that, 1.73. Make sure we double check that, 1.73 over there. And 1.83 over on Smarkets Exchange, so we'll get that set to 1.82, sorry, it's gone back down to 1.82 now. So we've got the bet to put on there, the liability of £7.88, just double check that over here to make sure we haven't done anything wrong. And then we'll click sell and confirm, and there we go, all matched so far. I think, is that all being matched as well? I haven't used this site before, so I'm not too sure, but I believe it has. So that is all that sorted. So now all we're going to do with this terms of the Barcelona game is we'll either come back if it's 2-0 to Barcelona or Barcelona go 2 goals clear, and we'll look to cash out 50% of our profit, or we will leave it in the hope that PSG come back into the game and win some money. But I'll go fill out the spreadsheet with this information, and then we'll be right back for the Leipzig-Liverpool game. So you can see with the Liverpool game, Liverpool's odds are 2.25 and their against odds are 2.42. So it's a little bit more of a gap. So we're going to make a little bit more of a loss. We're going to make 81 pence loss. But if Liverpool go 2-0 up and then lose, we get £12.50 plus the £9.19 pence. Yes, it's not great in terms of the odds. That's why I always say if you've got the option to use a matched betting calculator like the one on Profit Accumulator or the one on Odds Monkey or any site like that, then go ahead and do that. Personally, I'm just going to do this week with games I enjoy, that I'm going to enjoy watching, so I can put the games on and watch as they happen. So we're going to get them bets placed, double check all the odds. So we've got 2.25. Let's just go over the bet slip and put £10 on that. And then over here for 2.42, we're going to put on the copied lay stake required over there and click confirm. So there we go, we've got both of them now done, both on either PaddyPower and Smarkets. So we should be done and dusted, ready for tonight then. I'll get this added to the spreadsheet and then we'll do a quick wrap up. So then last night, as you can probably tell from the results, if you keep in touch with football, you'll have saw Liverpool won the game 2-0 and PSG managed to beat Barcelona 4-1. If Barcelona had managed to get a second goal before they started conceding, we would have had some money today. But if I show you guys the spreadsheet behind me, you can see we've actually made a loss of £1.40. That is because none of the games won. Liverpool did go 2-0 up and I did look in to getting the cash out value from that. But the cash out value, if I just show you guys how that is calculated. So as you can see over on the website here, then we had the bookmaker paid out early. Max payout is £2,500 on PaddyPower, in case you're wondering. Bet365, there is no max payout. But then the back exchange odds went down to, I think it was 1.04. So if you look here, if we'd have done this and equaled out our profit, we would have made 5p profit on the night. Personally, they went 2-0 up in like midway through the second half, so I was really hoping Leipzig would get one back and then the odds would shoot back up just a little bit, because even if they just went back up to 1.1 for example, we would have made a couple pounds instead, so I would have happily done it then. But as the night went on, it eventually started going back down, went to 0.3, then 0.2 afterwards, so it was pointless going there and trying to get less of a loss, although it would have benefited us because we were in point to lose 81p instead. But I was more than happy to leave that going. And as a little side note, PaddyPower didn't actually pay me out when they went 2 goals up. I've since spoken to support about this and they've told me if this happens again, not to worry, but if it happens and then the team goes on to lose, I need to get back in contact with them and they'll try and sort it out for me. So hopefully that's not an issue we have to worry about anymore. You can see though we're £1.40 down. Interesting thing to note, we've spent £120, or we've deposited £120. If I just load up the accounts though, you can see in PaddyPower we have £22.50 and then in Smarkets we have 206. So we have made a profit. You might be a bit confused, but that is because when you originally start up a Smarkets account, your first deposit, £10 of that is protected. So you get a £10 loss protected over on Smarkets. So because the Liverpool game won over on PaddyPower, the loss that we got from Smarkets was actually covered. So we have actually earned some money back there. So that's fairly decent for us. So we are actually in profit. And then if I show you guys over on PaddyPower, we have also now started to qualify for the free £10 bet that we'll get on the Monday. You can see we've already done 2 of the £10. We'll do another 3 obviously in this video, so we don't have to worry about that, and then we'll get a free £10 bet next Monday to use as a match betting. So we'll get £8 there guaranteed-ish. So £8 plus like the £8 we've already made now, we're definitely going to be in profit come the end of this week. So I thought with that in mind, we'll go for a big team today. We'll go for something that's going to cost a little bit more in terms of a loss if it doesn't come off, but has the potential to get a lot more money if it wins. So today's 2 games, we're going to be doing Everton and Manchester City, but we're going to be betting for Everton to win. So we're going to be betting for Everton to go 2-0 up and then have Manchester City come back in the game, which I think has a real possibility of happening. And we then also going to bet for Sevilla and Dortmund. We're going to bet for Dortmund to go 2-0 up and then end up bottling it. So let's see what odds we need to place for them 2 games. So you can see I've put in the odds here. So for Everton to win, it's 9.0, which we've put in. And then for Everton not to win, it is 11 over on Smarkets. So you can see we need to lay a stake of £8.20 on Smarkets. And obviously we're going to bet the £10 for Everton over on PaddyPower. So we'll get that placed first, because we can always adjust the Smarkets bet. So that was placed at 9 odds, which is perfect. And then 11 is still over here, so we'll use that. You can see we are doing quite a big chunk of liability over there, but it should be okay. We should still have enough in the account. So we'll get that confirmed over there on Smarkets, and it has all been matched now for us, so that is great. And then we will also do the Dortmund-Sevilla game. So we're going to be betting for Dortmund, which is 2.88. And then against Dortmund, it is 3.15. So like I always keep saying to you guys, you can get closer odds and make less of a loss. So we're going to be making a £1 loss here, and I can't remember what the loss was for the other one, but you guys saw it when it came up on the screen. But it's not to worry if you're using an app such as profit accumulator or odds monkey, you will obviously get a lot less loss in your qualifying bet, so don't worry about that. But we'll just quickly get this placed over here. So £10 on Dortmund to win. That's at 2.88. Double check everything before we keep going. And then 3.15 for Dortmund not to win. We're going to be placing a stake of £9.20. Liability of £19.78. Get that confirmed. And there we go. That is all being placed now. So I'll go update the spreadsheet and then we'll be right back. So then we are back on day 3 now of doing this PaddyPower 2 up offer. We're going to choose our new teams to do it with today, and I'm going to catch you guys up on what happened yesterday. So if we get the spreadsheet up, you guys can see that the Everton-Man City game we didn't get anything from, because Everton, although they did get a goal in the game and it went to 1-1 and I thought we might stand a chance, unfortunately Man City got back in the game and ended up winning the game 3-1, so there was no opportunity to get any money extracted from that. But if we look at Sevilla Dortmund, you can see Dortmund did go 2 goals up at one point in that game. And I decided to use the early cash out method during this bet, so I'll show you guys that in just a second. But the issue I made with this is I did it as soon as Dortmund went 2 goals up and when they went 3-1. And you'll be able to see in a second, the odds went down to 1.12, and that's when I cashed out. If I'd have waited, Sevilla got a goal back and made it 3-2. And if I'd have done it then, I would have got a higher odds for cashing out and would have made more profit. So let me show you guys how I did that. So I went over to the match betting blog, I went to tools and went to early payout calculator. I put in all the odds that I used, which is why I've been keeping track of all the odds. All the odds that I used when signing up said that we've been paid out early because we had been, there was no error this time around. And then I put in the new exchange back odds, which were 1.12, and this then told me that we'd made £2.13 profit. But like I said, the exchange back odds did go up and they went up to 1.2 in the end, so we would have made closer to £4 profit if we'd have waited for that. But I'm not too fussed, we still made some profit. But if we look at the Excel spreadsheet now, you can see overall we've made a loss of £1.27. That is not including the £10 free bet we'll get with our 5th qualifying stake today, and it is also not including the Smarkets £10 loss retention from your first sign up offer. So we have actually made money. We'll calculate the whole total profit loss at the end of the week. But in terms of just doing this 2-up offer, we have made a loss of £1.27, and I regret not going for Porto Juventus because we would have made quite a bit of money over there with the cash out when Porto went 2-0 up. So it's a bit of a shame, but we'll definitely be able to keep going. So there's a lot of games on tonight with the Europa League. I'll go get searching for what team to go with, and then I'll be right back with our 2 selections for tonight. So the games we're going to go for tonight then, we're going to go for Wolfsberger AC versus Juventus versus Tottenham, and then we're also going to be betting for Real Sociedad versus Manchester United. Now the next choice is who are we going to back? Are we going to back Wolfsburg to go 2-0 up and then bottle it, or are we going to back Tottenham and then we're going to back Man United or Sociedad? I would like to bet for Wolfsberger here, but unfortunately, as you can see over on this site on Smarkets, actually they do have quite a bit there matched betting. So we might go for that. Let's just double check the odds first. So we're going to be doing a £10 bet. It is going to be at 2% commission over at Smarkets. The odds are 8.5 and the odds against are 11. So you can see that's quite a chunky total loss for qualifying, £2.42. But if it does come in, we will earn 85-ish pounds there. But it's just a question of, do we actually want to go with that, or do we want to go for Tottenham, which is 1.33 and then 1.4, which would only make us a loss of 56p, but has the potential to bring in £14 instead. And you know what? Because I know we've made money through the Smarkets deposit in the fact that we're going to get a £10 loss retention over there anyway, I think we're going to go for Wolfsberger to win. So that's 8.5. I don't mind making a bit more of a loss because we have the opportunity to get some extra money here if this ends up working. So it's going to be 11 over on Smarkets. So we'll get that £10 placed over here. We could actually power it up to 9.0, but I'm not sure if the power-ups still count when you do this, or if the power-ups stop working essentially once you then try to do the 2-up offer. I'm not sure, so I won't risk it. But with a power-up, you can actually make some profit, because if the power-up here If the odds of 9.0 end up being higher than the odds over here, which are 10.5 now, then you automatically make a profit regardless of the results. That's something to keep in mind. So we're going to be placing that at 8.5, so to get that double checked, and it went in. And then over here it is now 10.5 instead of 11.5, so that shortens down our loss just a little bit. So to get that placed, you can see not a lot of money is being bet down there at the moment, so we might have to wait for that to get settled. But I'm more than happy to wait because it's a big game. There should definitely be quite a few odds placed for that. So that's the first team done. Next, we are going to bet for Manchester United to win. Do I think Manchester United are more likely to bottle it or Sociedad? I think Sociedad are more likely to bottle it. So we're going to be betting for them at 2.8. So to get that put in over here. So 2.8. And then again, Sociedad is 3.1. So we're going to be betting £9 and 9 pence over there. So let's get that put in. We'll put £10 in at PaddyPower first. Double check all the odds. So 2.8 and 3.1. 2.8, 3.1. All okay. And we'll get that placed there and get that confirmed. So there we go. That's our 2 games done for today. If we look over at PaddyPower, you can see we have now actually earned our free £10 reward as well. We'll receive this free £10 bet on Monday before 12 PM. So it works quite nicely. That's basically a guaranteed £8 there. So it puts us right back up in profit, so we don't have to worry. And then obviously we've got our 2 games on tonight where hopefully we might make some money as well. But like always, you guys know the result of these games already, so you know if we made some money or not. But let's hope we do. I'll catch you guys up either later today at half time or when the team goes 2-0 up, or I'll catch you guys up tomorrow with our next few bets. So then, I'm sure if you guys are aware, you'll have watched the football last night, or you'll just know the results from last week. You can see on the spreadsheet here behind us that the Tottenham game didn't get us anything. It got us a £2.06 loss. The Sociedad and Man United game got us a £1.10 loss. But looking over during the night after them 2 games finished, as they were both early kickoffs, I decided to put on another bet for the Granada-Napoli game. Luckily for us, Granada did go 2 goals up really early on. And I decided, instead of doing what we did for the Dortmund-Sevilla game, which was cash out all the profit, we decided to cash out half the profit. So I'm just going to show you guys quickly how you can do that. So as you can see, this is essentially what you do on Match Betting Blog. If this is the site you're using, you're going to go over to Tools and Early Payout Calculator. And as you can see, this is the stake and the odds that were present for the Granada-Napoli game. Essentially here, if the team wins, we lose 97 pence, and then if anything else happens, we lose 96 pence. Obviously then, when your team goes 2-0 up, you want to hit bookmaker has paid out early, which then updates the odds down here and tells you if that team still goes on to win, that went 2-0 up, you'll lose your 97 pence, but then if they bottle it, you get the £32.04. But what I wanted to do in this case was I wanted to cash out half of it. So you guys know how you cash out, as I've told you before. You just need to, instead of laying the odds like we did earlier on, so we laid at 3.6, you're going to go back to the exchange and you're going to bet for Napoli to win this time. And what that's going to do is it's going to cancel out your earlier bet. So what you do is you enter in the new exchange back odds, which if you look at the Excel spreadsheet, you can see ours was 1.22 at the time. So if I'd have chose to cash out all my money at that point, we would have made a guaranteed profit of £5.01. But I decided I only wanted to cash out half, because then we still had the potential to make £16, £17 if Napoli did end up getting back into the game. So what you want to do at that point is you literally just want to halve your stake up the top. So our £10 stake becomes £5, and then it tells us here how much we need to bet against ourselves. It's £13.60. It's half of what I suggested before, obviously, and you can see there we then made £2.51 profit. So then what you're going to want to do is keep the stake up here at £5, remove the odds, and you can see then if Napoli ended up drawing or winning the game, we would have made £16.02. But unfortunately for us, they didn't end up winning it. They didn't even get a goal back, which is mainly what we were waiting for. So we did lose that 49 pence, but we did make £2.50 from cashing out the first 50%. So we made £2 yesterday. So you can see here we are £2.41, 42 pence I should say, down in total for the week. We've had 2 wins so far. Not full wins, just going 2 goals up. But we have also been credited our free £10 from PaddyPower. So that will be an £8 from that. So that's £6 up. And then we also had £10 loss guaranteed from Smarkets for being a first time user. So we've got £10 from that still. So we are still in profit. But we'll calculate the full profit at the end of the week. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to jump forward a few days. I'm not going to show you guys the rest of these. You know how it works. You know how we've been doing it. So I'll just wrap up probably on Monday with the free £10 bet, showing you guys how we extract the money from that. And I'll also catch you guys up on how things have been going over the weekend, because I'm going to keep going with this. It's been decent. I think it's been worth the £2.42 loss. Like I said, if we'd have cashed out the full Granada-Napoli game, we would actually be in profit now. And if we had left the Dortmund-Sevilla game instead of cashing out fully at the start, we would also be in profit now as well. So I think it's definitely going to be worth continuing this. I'll probably continue this all the time, every month, and just keep doing it until we get a big win. But I'll catch you guys up in a few days and let you know how this has been going. So then, as you can see, we have got our free £10 bet. If I just show you guys by going to the top of the screen, you can see here, free bet's £10. Just as a little side note, I did just try to use my free bet along with the power-up. I thought it would work, so I placed a bet for the Crystal Palace game. Unfortunately, keep in mind then that that doesn't in fact work. You can't use a free bet and a power-up together. But not to worry, I've just matched the Crystal Palace bet over on Smarkets, and we'll use that for the 2-up offer instead and see if Crystal Palace can go 2 goals up and then bottle it. If they do, we might make a bit of profit. If not, we're only going to make around about 45p loss because of the boosted odds from the power-up. So instead, we're going to be going with the Juventus game, I should say, for this. We're going to go for the draw. So the draw is 9.5. We're going to be using the £10 free bet. It's going to take that button over there. And then we're going to go to the Juventus over here on Smarkets and go for against the draw, which is 11 odds. So you can see here, we're going to make a profit of £7.58. So to get that copied, get that placed over here, make sure we do actually use the free bet. And we do this time. I don't know if I just didn't tick it last time, but I have got footage, so I will go back and check. And then over here, we are still at 11. So let's get that placed. I have deposited somewhat money in the account because we were around £2 off, so I had to put in another £20. But I'll reflect that in the spreadsheet. So let me just quickly bring up the spreadsheet and show you guys the final results from this week. So then here's the final spreadsheet from this week. As you can see, we left off last time with, I believe, the Watford and Derby game. Actually, just after checking there, I can see we actually finished off with the Granada-Napoli game. So after that, I then went and placed a bet on the Watford-Derby game. Watford did go 2 goals up, and I did try to wait for Derby to come back into it, but it didn't look like it was going to happen. So I just did a full cash out. You can see a full 100% cash out on that game, and we got a £1.30 profit. Then going into Wolves-Leeds, I bet for Leeds to win, I should say, but obviously you'll know from the scores that Wolves won that game 1-0, so we didn't even have a chance to cash out on that one. We then bet on Frankfurt to beat Bayern Munich. Frankfurt went 2 goals up, so I cashed out 50% straight away, which got us a £4.91 profit. And then I was waiting and waiting for Bayern Munich to get back into the game. They did eventually, but it was a bit too late on, unfortunately, for us. So the second time we cashed out our 50%, we even got worse odds than the first time around. So we still made a decent profit there, though. You can see around about £7 there from that Bayern Munich game. We then bet on Everton to win 2-0 and bottle it. Unfortunately for us, Everton only scored their second goal really late on. So although it does look really good in my PaddyPower account, betting £10 on Everton to win, unfortunately, because of how late on it was, we only managed to get the 46p profit. Normally I wouldn't do it if it's this late on, I'd just leave it. But the fact that we would either be losing 95p or gaining 50p-ish, it's got like more of a £1.50 swing than just a 50p profit. So I definitely wanted to do that time around. If they just scored just 10 or 15 minutes earlier, we would have been looking at a serious amount of money from that one. I then bet for Burnley to beat West Brom, but that obviously finished 0-0 as well, so we didn't get any profit from that one. We've then also got this accidental Palace game that we've bet on, so we've got that starting off this week. I'm going to keep doing this, to be honest. I probably will just do 5 a week. 5 a week to get the qualifying bet, so we get the free £10 bet the next week, and I'll just keep doing it like that, because as you can see, although we've still got this Palace game in the running where we're going to be losing 50p as of now, so I've put that down as a 50p loss, whereas if Palace do actually go 2 goals up and lose this game, we will earn around £60 from this one today. but you guys will be able to see, because this video is coming out on Thursday. You'll know what the result was on Monday, so you'll know whether or not we made the 50p loss. You'll know if we made a little bit of profit if they went 2 goals up, and you'll know if we made absolutely massive amounts of money if Palace did go 2 goals up and then bottle it. There was a few games yesterday, unfortunately. I decided just not to do it yesterday and just have a break. And then looking at it, nearly every team who I would have bet on went 2 goals up. You have West Ham, who I would have bet on, went 2 goals up. Didn't bottle it, but I would have still got some cash from that. There was some game over in the Italian league, which I probably wouldn't have bet on, but they went 2 goals up and then bottled it. There's definitely a lot of games out there that do this, and you will be able to get a lot of profit from it if you try. But as you can see, we have made a total profit of £12.26 this week. Not a great amount, but there is also the extra £10 we have earned from this market's sign-up offer, where you get your free £10 loss guaranteed. So we've actually made £22 profit there. I'll wait, to be honest, and I'll come back after the Palace game tonight, just so I can show you guys the total balance. So we're now at Wednesday, finally, for the wrap-up. So as you guys can see, we have got £100.60 on this markets account, and then over our PaddyPower, we have £161.75. So you might be wondering what that means, but if we look over at the spreadsheet, you can see we deposited a total of £240. We currently have £262 in both the accounts. So across the space of this week, we made £22.35. Obviously, taking into consideration the first £10 profit was from the Smarket sign-up offer, which you guys can also get by just signing up to Smarkets by yourself for the first time. So in total, we actually made £12.25, and you also then have to take into consideration £7 of that came from the free £10 bet that we got from PaddyPower right at the end of it. So through actually doing the 2-up offer, we only really made £4.68, but that is the key to this strategy. The key to this strategy is you get more out of it the more you put in. So if we'd have done a bigger stake, let's say for example we went for £100 instead of £10, we would have literally made £10 that profit, 10 times that profit I should say. So instead of making the £4.68, we would have actually made £46.80. But it's completely up to you whether or not you want to scale it up or scale it down. You can do it with £5 and just make £2 profit. You can do it with £50 and make 5 times that profit. It's completely up to you. The only guarantee is that once you've placed 5 £10 minimum bets a week with PaddyPower, you'll get a free £10 bet, which as you can see, we got close to £8 from. So as long as you only make a qualifying loss throughout the week with them 5 bets of £8, you'll make a profit. But if you'd rather just be safe and just use a smaller amount, then by all means do that. But if you use the method I've shown you guys in this video, you will make a minimal loss, and then if one of them comes off and ends up winning, you'll be absolutely rolling in it. I'm going to keep doing this like I said before. Be sure to check out the finance updates I do every month, the first of every month on this channel, and you guys will see how we've been getting on with 2-up, because I'll include that in them videos. If you've enjoyed this video, then please leave a like and subscribe, and then also let me know down in the comments what your 2-up strategies are and how you decide what game to put on and decide who to bet for. And also, before we finish off, let me know down in the comments what you want to see next on this channel, and I'll get working on it. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.